Monster in the Garage is an interesting episode of the Rugrats for a few reasons. This is the second segment of the 9th episode of the first season, and somebody is causing problems in the garage. And Spike gets the blame for this. And he gets put in the doghouse, but Tommy and the babies are determined to try and find out exactly what it is. And I think for the first time since Tommy's birthday episode, if I'm not mistaken, we actually have Boris and Minka, who is Didi's parents, and Boris tells them a story about a monster, and Tommy and the babies are now convinced that it was a monster causing the problems in the garage, not Spike. And it's interesting because we don't get to see Boris and Minka that frequently, so whenever they're there, I always think they're pretty great characters. And there are two questions. One, what is actually going on in the garage? And two, was it Spike? And it's interesting as well because Spike's not really been a main character up until this point. He does have a few storylines of his own over the years, but this is really, I think, the first time, unless I'm misremembering, where he's really integral to the narrative. And I think it unfolded very well. It's very atmospheric and definitely a well-written, well-developed narrative that I found to be quite interesting. And I have to say, there was an element of being emotionally invested in it. I love the character design of Boris and Minka. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I haven't seen, in the reboot, I haven't seen Boris and Minka that I can remember, but I've just realised what Boris looks like from fandom.com, and I have to say it's not what I was expecting. Definitely prefer the original classic characters. A really well written episode, very well animated, very atmospheric. It really shows Tommy as a leader as well. The scene where he's pacing back and forth in the pen, getting ready to deliver the instructions to the other babies, I thought was a really great moment for the character to kind of show that Tommy is very much a leader. Not a personal favourite in terms of being, nostalgic or anything, but it is a well-written episode, well animated, very atmospheric, no complaints whatsoever about Monster in the Garage.